SBA.
I think people can hear us because we're live right now. Hello, WTF Wednesday.
Apparently, I was reading my notes for today's script.
Today we're going to be talking about, was the SBA ready for this pandemic? Which is sort of like a little bit of a stupid question, right? But it's not, because the SBA had ways to be prepared if they had better leadership. We're going to talk about that today in WTF Wednesday. I'm not even going to do the intro, the 18-second intro. I'm just going to say WTF Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday to talk about
I love the intro.
bleep that we've encountered that you should try to avoid. So, Trevor, we're going to get right into WTF.
Well, today's WTF.
Wait for it.
October 27th, 2020. 28th. Oops.
Wait for it. WTF.
WTF, Senate. Adjourned for 2 weeks and no stimulus package.
No
Are you
money.
kidding me?
Yes. No, they're not kidding.
70,000 cases a day. Business owners desperately in need of assistance. Scraping. We're working on some new CARES Act state grants. $5,000. That's not going to help a business survive. In Massachusetts, $25,000. That's not going to help them pay the rent for a couple of months. We need a stimulus package, Senate. Republicans. Adjourned for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to refrain from cursing like a longshoreman right now.
WTF. Oh my gosh. All right. So the topic for today is, was the SBA prepared for the pandemic? Now, okay.
Well, no one was.
No one was. No one can be. No one saw this coming.
But you would think with an organization as large as the SBA, with an administrative staff at the upper levels, that 7 months into this, someone at the upper levels would have created some guidelines, both for the SBA agents and for all those of us out here in the world, as to how the SBA is going to guide us through disaster financing with this very unique disaster. The EIDL program has been around for decades, but it was designed for disasters with a finite timeline. You know, a tornado rips through a county, disaster area, and there's a finite timeline, a week, 3 days. If you visit the SBA website and look up declared disasters, there are pages and pages and pages of declared disasters for the regular EIDL program. Some of those disasters are 1 day. Some of them are like here in Connecticut, drought, which started a drought disaster, which began on September 15th and which continues. With COVID.
And last week we talked about civil unrest being an eligibility
I don't
factor.
even want to talk about that political football, but let's go back to COVID. COVID is a unique disaster. We have said this time and again, and yet 7 months in, the SBA still has not created any guidance to reflect the uniqueness of this disaster and with the unknown timeline of this disaster. If anything, all the SBA administration has done is behaved in a reactive manner.
Yes, but let's just say, because I tweeted this before the show, we are not throwing the SBA agents under the bus. No, the SBA agents have been amazing. Outstanding.
And we tell them that every time we get one of them on the phone. They're on the front lines. They are as absent clear guidance as we all are. That guidance is supposed to come from upstairs, from Carranza's office, and heading down through the ranks of the SBA team.
We called you out. We did.
Yes, not for the first time.
And
And
this could possibly be.
I guess all we're asking the SBA administration to do about the COVID disaster and the unique quality of this disaster is to think it through as to how they're going to assist business owners with this financing.
Right. I mean, though there is still the politics of Congress and the stimulus and getting more money, et cetera. So I think they're, they're going by that, but still, anyway, you can still get EIDL money
through December 31st.
through December 31st.
If you have not yet applied.
And I had someone email me yesterday asking like, what can I qualify for? And I said, well, did you apply for EIDL? And she said, no. So that's like, you can get money. I mean, you have to get organized because it's not just like, hey, I need money and they give it to you.
Well, we assist you with the organization. You can visit AuroraConsulting.biz and download our free EIDL FAQ and sample application. And we strongly encourage you to fill out a sample application before you visit the SBA website to make an application. And I want to answer, Linda, that question about how much you qualify for. Under the EIDL program, the standard EIDL disaster loan, like for a tornado, a flood, a wildfire, on the paper application, the business owner literally writes in the dollar value of the economic injury sustained as a result of that disaster.
Can't do that.
That is not the case with the COVID disaster loan. It's an online application where you put in gross revenue, cost of goods sold, if that applies, and some other information. And the SBA determines with some unknown formula, which we have yet to suss out.
It's like the acronym. Tim, he said acronym. It's like the algorithm on all the platforms. You can't figure it out. It's a mystery, unless I guess you're in science.
Well, again, it's a mystery because, again, the SBA administration is not giving any clear guidance with this unique aspect of the COVID pandemic disaster.
So basically on our website, we have a ton of free resources. Some of them you don't even have to enter your email. That's the little, clickbait stuff. But we have, like Trevor said, we have the sample application. We have FAQs. We have videos, how to apply for an EIDL loan. We have videos on how to check the status of your EIDL loan. We have tons of videos on the YouTube. We have on YouTube, our channel is Linda Ray and Trevor. And
Linda Ray, R-E-Y.
R-E-Y.
And Trevor, T-R-E-V-O-R.
Yes.
Not T-R-E-A-V-O-R or T-U-C-K-E-R or T-R-E-N-T or C-L-E-V-E-R.
Yeah, Tim is right. It's so unbelievable, and the political nonsense, but we are not speaking of politics here. No,
we are speaking about the administration
subliminally
of the SBA.
Send messages.
We're talking about the administration of the SBA not showing up as a bureaucrat. Forget the politics, just showing up as a bureaucrat to do their jobs and give guidance to their SBA agent, give guidance to us out here in the world as to the most effective way that the EIDL program can work for business owners.
Well, the reason, so there's a lot of reasons why the stimulus money is so critical for it to have a second package. But, there are people that didn't get the full grant that we were entitled to. There were the people that didn't get up to $2 million that they were entitled to. They capped it arbitrarily back in, God only knows, May or April or something, to 150 arbitrarily. There are people that didn't get any money. They didn't get grants. They didn't get enough PPP money, et cetera, right?
Lack of guidance. It's a disaster like we've never seen before. And it seems that no one in the SBA administration is acknowledging that fact.
So just to wrap it up, this is the shortest live show we've done, I think, so far.
Well,
but it's just,
before we wrap it up, can I just talk about, you mentioned before about all the free downloads we have.
Yeah.
So, here we were on March 17th, 2020. Linda and I had our little Aurora Consulting financing practice. We were kind of going gangbusters. We had a decent pipeline of clients and loans we were working on. And when the pandemic became official here in the state of Connecticut and our state went on lockdown and lenders stopped lending for lots of reasons regarding COVID, we watched our entire pipeline of client loans just evaporate. And on March 18th, we had a meeting where we said what we're going to do is become a trusted resource for all of you with accurate information. And that's why we have so many free downloads and we
Mhm.
do so many videos.
A lot
Our
of
videos
blogs.
are short and they're step-by-step how to speak to an SBA agent, how to write a reconsideration letter,
Mhm.
because we want you to have accurate information. We know how much misinformation and incorrect information. We hear it all the time from new people who are calling us. They're like, well, you know, I read this on Reddit or I saw this guy on YouTube and I just,
Yeah.
we've processed and are processing over 40 EIDL applications, what we've already processed for funding and what we're working on for new ones and reconsiderations. We have real-time, real-world, hands-on experience that a lot of these alleged experts don't have. And we are not reactive. We are in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the information we're giving you comes from that real-world experience.
Exactly.
I'll hand it back to you now, Lyndon.
So-
I've stepped all over you.
That's fine. I mean, you know, it's cool.
It's fine.
It's fine. 4-letter word. Fine. Everything's fine.
Pretty sure I'm going to hear about this after the show.
No, anyway, so there's just, you know, until we have a page on our website that is where we regularly update
Our studio
our
light
studio.
just
I think the lighting is better though, isn't it?
it is. But then we get the whole eyeglass.
Anyway, visit our website. There's tons of blogs on SBA financing. We have tons of video. So on the top of the page, there's Let's Blog, and then there's Let's Watch, and there's an entire series on SBA financing, disaster financing. It's called Advancing with Financing. We have, I think most of the show we've been just talking about you can still get money, but you have to apply for it. We've made it real easy. So stay tuned.
Sign up for our email newsletter because we're going to send
Yeah.
out disaster financing updates every week with pertinent information that is accurate based on our real experiences working with clients and the SBA. And thanks for tuning in today.
Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe.
That's
Stay
Linda
strong.
Ray, and I'm Trevor.
Aurora Consulting, financing solutions for your business success story.
Stay safe, stay well.